Division leaders at 1, 2, and 1. Hey. Raise your hand if you didn't give up 49 points to the Cleveland Browns. Oh, what is up, guys? DJ Eastwood here, run it back, home of the most brutally honest Philly sports takes on YouTube. Some people don't like it, but it's because some people don't like the truth. Hit the like button if you like the truth. Hit the dislike button if you like lying to yourself. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of these videos. Hit the subscribe button if you're brand new to the channel and you want entertaining Philly sports content. Let's get into it, man. The Philadelphia Eagles, injury-riddled dumpster fire of a team, had the luxury of playing the San Francisco 49ers, injury-riddled dumpster fire of a team last night. And it was just as you would expect, a complete show most of the way. Unexplainable, kind of weird at times. There's so many things we need to get into talking about this game, talking about Carson Wentz, talking about Doug Peterson, talking about the 49ers, talking about Miles Sanders, yada, yada, yada. But first, let's start with the CeeDee Lamb watch. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb. You know, the wide receiver that wasn't good enough to trade our second-round pick to move up to try to draft because, you know, we needed a backup quarterback. We needed Jalen Hurts. We needed a second-round quarterback so we could run a couple of Wildcat sets randomly in the middle of a game for no fucking reason whatsoever. That's what we needed, not a wide receiver. CeeDee Lamb, 5 catches, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns in the game against the Cleveland Browns, making plays, catching balls in the back of the end zone, taking contact. The guy is a certified stud. And guess what? Everybody knew it. Everybody knew it going into that draft. Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, Henry Ruggs. We got Jalen Reagor out of it. We haven't seen enough because he's been hurt like every other Philadelphia athlete in the history of Philadelphia athletes. But you knew CeeDee Lamb. You knew CeeDee Lamb was going to be a stud. And he is. But it's funny the Cowboys took him because, you know, they already have Michael Gallup and Amari Cooper. They already had a solid wide receiver core. There's other things that they needed, like defensive players, but they take CeeDee Lamb just to piss off the Eagles, and now they give up 49 points to the Cleveland Browns because their defense stinks. So that made me happy yesterday. Also, the DK Metcalf watch. Yes, DK Metcalf, the stud wide receiver that was overlooked by Howie Roseman as he reached to draft the worst draft pick since Nelson Aguilar, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. That just blows my mind that even happened. I mean, look at DK Metcalf. Look at his stature. Look at his physical abilities. He's running down the side, 47 yards yesterday, running down the sideline, running it, taking contact, not going down. Just an absolute beast. And we didn't draft him. He had 4 catches for 106 yards yesterday. I'll never understand how we didn't draft him. Shall we get into this Eagles game? All right, so the Eagles' injuries just pile up. They're just ridiculous. I mean, we're playing without everybody once again. Second year in a row, Carson Wentz is throwing to Best Buy employees. Second year in a row. Greg Ward's our number 1 receiver. John Hightower's a, 3rd or 4th round rookie wide receiver. We got Nathan Fulgham, who I never heard of until yesterday. Never heard of him. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And he's out here making catches. Burnett and Richard Rodgers, who I remember played for the Green Bay Packers one year because I thought it was funny that Rodgers was throwing to Rodgers. I also think that it's funny that his parents named him Richard when his last name is Rodgers. Like, how did that happen? Hey, let's name him Richard. Yeah, Richard Rodgers. That's such a funny name. I don't know how that happens. Anyway, let's move on. Eagles injuries just keep piling up. Lane Johnson leaves the game. Who knows why? Didn't really hear why. He came back a little bit later, but Lane Johnson leaves. Darius Slay has a scare where he gets hit in the kneecap and stumbles off of the field. I'm like, oh my God. If we lose Darius Slay out of all the players we've already lost, this is over. Not that it's not over already. It's already over. But we might win the division, and it might be the worst division winner of all time. And then we're going to get spanked in the playoffs. My house just shook. Not really sure why. Right when I said we might win the division as the worst division winner ever, my house shook. So, I don't know. Maybe that was a sign of something. All right, so Greg Ward, John Hightower, Fulgham, Burnett, and Richard Rodgers is who Carson Wentz had to throw to. His offensive line was Maliata, Herbig, Kelsey, Pryor, and Driscoll. 2 rookies, I believe, in there who never played offensive line in the NFL until yesterday. And I'm going to give it to them. They weren't that bad. Like, they were pretty bad, but they weren't atrocious. And I'll give it to Doug Peterson's play calling also. Because like I said last week and the week before and probably last year 1,000 times, get Carson Wentz out of the pocket. Get him out of the pocket. Everybody knows that. Get him out of the pocket. First half of the game, we're backing him up, straight in the pocket. He's taking sacks. He's getting hit. He's ducking under guys. He's jumping over guys. He's juking, spinning, stiff-arming, running for his life. Get him out of the pocket. Doug Peterson did a little bit more of that in the second half. I keep tweeting, where are the bootlegs? Where are the bootlegs for Carson Wentz? Where's the fake handoff bootleg to get him out of the pocket? And finally we start doing that, and he has success. But this receiving core, to go into another season with absolutely nobody on the roster of notoriety, it's just unacceptable. And you can't blame it all on injuries. You have to blame this on Howie Roseman. You have to. Some people keep telling me, hey, it's not Doug Peterson. It's not Howie Roseman. We just keep getting injured. We just keep getting injured. We have 2 34-year-old wide receivers. 34. We need to stop hoping Deshaun Jackson will get healthy. We need to stop hoping Alshon Jeffrey will get healthy. I don't even know what Alshon Jeffrey's injury is anymore. The injury report for Alshon Jeffrey should just say, Alshon Jeffrey, too old. Deshaun Jackson, too old. That's what it should say. It's just ridiculous at this point that you didn't go try to get another young stud wide receiver because you said, nah, we're getting Deshaun Jackson and Alshon Jeffrey back. They're not getting younger. You didn't try to trade for DeAndre Hopkins, who got traded for a second-round pick, I'm pretty sure. Maybe 2. Maybe a second and a fourth. I don't remember. But you didn't try to get one of the best receivers in the game to give Carson Wentz some sure hands. You couldn't trade a second and a fourth. Are you shitting me? You couldn't trade a first. Why would you not trade a first-round pick for DeAndre Hopkins? Because you were going to draft Jalen Reagor? Is Jalen Reagor better than DeAndre Hopkins? Yes or no? Yes or no? Somebody tell me. It's pathetic. You didn't go after any free agents, Robbie Anderson, nobody. You didn't try to trade for Stephon Diggs, whose value wasn't that crazily high. You could have easily gotten him. You didn't try anything. And here we are again with Greg Ward Jr. and a bunch of other practice squad guys. It's unacceptable. Howie Roseman has to be on the hot seat. He has to. This team has not gotten better under Howie Roseman. It hasn't. Ever since Frank Reich and those Super Bowl guys left, this team has gone. I'm tired of watching other teams' receiving cores, man. Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb. I'm tired of watching it. I'm watching Golden Tate make some catches yesterday. Remember Golden Tate, the guy the Eagles couldn't work into the offense? I'm tired of it. I'm watching DK Metcalf catch balls and beast people down the sidelines. I'm tired of it. Why can't the Eagles get a wide receiving core? Why? I think Jalen Reagor is going to be good. He's just hurt. But I just can't figure out why Year after year after year, we can't get a receiving core, man. It's crazy. So let's talk about the game. The first 2 drives in this game made me want to turn the TV off. I mean, it was pathetic. The first Eagles series, Miles Sanders up the middle, 0 yards. Miles Sanders up the middle, 0 yards. Carson Wentz drops back, tries to dump it off to Miles Sanders, and throws it at his feet 4 yards in front of him. I was like, oh, my God. That's really how we're going to start this game? That's really how we're going to start this game. And then 1 or 2 series later, Carson Wentz drops back in the pocket, gets pressure, does a 360 duck under, tries to do too much, and throws an interception. We're like a minute into the game at this point. Oh, my God. This is going to be bad. This is going to get ugly. But it got a little bit better. The main reason it got better is because the 49ers were playing with nobody. Garoppolo wasn't playing. I can't figure out how every expert on TV picked the 49ers to win this game without Jimmy Garoppolo. Did they not understand you kind of need a quarterback to win games? The Eagles still have Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham and these guys on the defensive line. You should have known when this quarterback, I can't even remember his name. I'll look at it in a second. I hardly ever heard of the guy. I remember Chris Beathard or whatever his name is from a couple years ago. But you knew when we pressure these guys, they're going to make mistakes. That's the only reason we won this game. This dude threw 2 horrible interceptions straight to the defense. Straight to him. In the 4th quarter with the game on the line, this guy throws a pick 6 straight to the defender. That's why we won this game. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, we're 1-2-1, but it's only because we got to play another team that was playing with injuries, and we came out on top. We came out on top because of Carson Wentz in the 4th quarter. Don't forget that. Carson Wentz rushes for a touchdown in the 1st quarter, and then he leads us on a couple drives in the 3rd and the 4th, and I wasn't happy with a lot of Doug Peterson's play calling, but Carson Wentz made it happen when it came down to it. And one thing that I saw, a couple things I saw different about Carson Wentz. I saw Carson Wentz running the ball. I saw Carson Wentz see the pocket break down, realize, I got to get the f*** out of here right now, and he's running the football. He wasn't doing that last season. He wasn't doing that the year before. That's 2017 Carson Wentz, and I like it. I like it a lot. Doug gives him a couple bootlegs, couple creative plays. Carson Wentz makes things happen. He was also calling audibles at the line. Remember 2017? Kill, kill, kill. This play call stinks. We're running something else. Kill. I'm smarter than Doug Peterson. Kill, kill. I like that. Carson, call every play, your damn self. And then he throws a 42-yard absolute dime to Nathan Fulgham. Nathan Fulgham drops it right in the breadbasket, and Fulgham makes a nice catch, which would have been dropped by Nelson Aguilar, probably would have been dropped by J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. So as far as I'm concerned, this kid just earned himself a starting spot. He catches the ball and rolls into the end zone. 42-yard touchdown. Absolutely beautiful. Once again, practice squad. Hungry dogs run faster. Players that are playing for a paycheck. Players that are playing to put food on the family's table. I like it. But don't get ahead of ourselves. We're not going to beat anybody good with this roster. That ain't going to happen. And it's just disgraceful that we're doing this to Carson Wentz again. We're making him go out here and run for his life every single play and throw to these guys that we've never heard of. It's disgraceful that we have refused to put a team around him. Doug Peterson's play calling. It was a little bit better. There were still a lot of things that I don't understand. Miles Sanders finishing the game with 13 carries. I don't understand that. He was running all over him in the first half, just like last game. And then we just abandoned the run. The whole second half, we just abandoned the run. I mean, when we're up by, what were we up? 25-13, I think. All we got to do is pound the rock and run the clock out. And we're still dropping back and throwing the ball. I don't get it. I'll never get it. But we pulled out the victory somehow. Doug Peterson had 2 horrible plays in the fourth quarter on third down. One was a bootleg dump off to Miles Sanders to the short side of the field that got shut down, and we lost about 5 yards. And then he runs a double end around to Boston Scott that loses about 700 yards. I'm like, what are we doing? Because he saw the 49ers head coach doing all these trick plays and getting fancy, so Doug Peterson went, oh, yeah, I can do that too. I can do that too. Just give the ball to Miles Sanders. Just give it to him. Just hand him the ball in the fourth quarter and let him run forward with it. That's all you got to do, Doug. It's very simple. The 49ers doing all these trick plays because they don't have a Miles Sanders. Stop overcomplicating everything. It's very simple. We score the first touchdown of the game. Doug Peterson goes for 2. Why? Not that it matters. I just don't understand why. It's just a stupid thing to do. If you don't get that 2-point conversion, now you have 6. Now if the other team scores 2 touchdowns, it's 14-6. Now you have to go for 2 if you score again. You put yourself in a bad position. It's just dumb. It doesn't make sense. And you see how much it doesn't matter because the 49ers score and kick an extra point. They're like, okay, you want to be up 8-7? That's fine. That literally does not affect the game at all. Just stupid. I don't understand it. Our D-line showed up. Jim Schwartz got a little bit creative. Blitzing corners. Cravion LeBlanc causes a fumble. Jim Schwartz was a little bit creative. I got to give him that. I didn't hate Jim Schwartz in this game. Brandon Graham came alive towards the end of the game. Beat his defender twice. Absolutely mollywopped Chris Brethard in the fourth quarter. The last 2 possessions of the game, Brandon Graham ran straight through the offensive line. I love to see that. Reminded me of that strip sack on Tom Brady. So it's good to see Brandon Graham making some noise there on the defensive line. It's great to see the defense look hungry, flying all over the field. Interceptions, sacks, forced fumbles. I like it. It's the only way this team will survive is if the defense can pressure the quarterback. It's the only way this team can survive. We have no linebackers. Another disgrace by Howie Roseman. George Kittle. Now, I have a friend, shout out Greg, who voluntarily did not play George Kittle on his fantasy team this week because he wanted to play a second quarterback or something. George Kittle versus this Eagles linebacking core, bro. Greg, you got to play George Kittle right here, man. You have to. It was like when Damian Lillard was playing the Sixers and I knew he was going to go off for 50 and he went off for 61. It's obvious what's about to happen. George Kittle goes for 15 catches for 183 yards and a touchdown. By the way, he was only 5 catches short of the NFL record for catches in a single game, 20, owned by another 49er, Terrell Owens. But anyway, 15 catches for 183 yards and a touchdown. Absolutely just toying around with our defense. He looked like a 17-year-old playing pickup football on a recessed football field against a bunch of 7-year-olds. You know, like a big 12th grader out there just stiff-arming guys, throwing guys to the ground, running straight into people, knocking everybody over. Like, he literally looked like a man amongst children, as everybody knew he was going to, because the Eagles did nothing to help out their linebacking core. They didn't even try to do it. It doesn't make sense. George Kittle is going to eat in games like this. I mean, it was crazy. And then you also get him beaten. You get him down the sideline getting behind corners. So this guy's fast enough to beat corners, and he's strong enough to just throw people on the ground. George Kittle's an absolute animal. The young 49ers receiver, Ayuk, is that how you say his name? Ayuk? I don't remember how to say his name, but listen. Our receiver that we drafted is not playing. So now we're looking at a guy who was a 22nd pick in the draft or 32nd pick in the draft. I don't remember, but this dude is a little stud, and he's hard to tackle. And he runs down the sideline and completely jumps over a defender. Jumps so high that he couldn't get his feet back on the ground in time. If you watch it in slow motion, he's like dangling his feet like, how do you even jump that high? And why do the Philadelphia Eagles never end up with a guy like that? But he's going to be fun to watch for a long time, and that's a good a bright spot for the 49ers' future, that receiver Ayuk, man, he was fun to watch. So, Doug Peterson tries to implement Jalen Hurts into the offense a couple of times. I'm never going to understand it. I'm never going to understand it. What is this? What is this? Why did we draft this guy with the second-round pick so we could run a couple of wildcat sets in the middle of a game? Why? I'll never understand. It doesn't make sense. So, couple wildcat sets. The one with Miles Sanders' RPO was actually pretty nice, where Jalen fakes the handoff to Miles. The defense has to worry about Jalen Hurts running the ball, so everybody stands still, and Miles Sanders gets around the outside for about 10 yards. The play worked. I don't understand it from the standpoint of, like, you're not helping Carson Wentz by doing this. You're not helping Jalen Hurts by doing this, because it's not like he's backing up and throwing the ball. So if he would get a start at some point this season, he's still not getting any reps. He's not throwing the football. You're using him like Taysom Hill. I mean, he's a tan Tim Tebow. That's what I said on Twitter. Doug Peterson tried to replace Carson Wentz with tan Tim Tebow. And then Carson Wentz comes out, throws a 42-yard touchdown to a guy who was paving driveways in South Philly 72 hours ago. That's some boss shit. That's what that is. Go look at my Twitter at IamDJEastwood. I got the tweet where I'm like, it's the UFC fighter guy. What the hell's his name, man? Conor McGregor walking out of the locker room. And I said Carson Wentz walking to the locker room after Doug Peterson tried to replace him with the tan Tim Tebow. And then he throws a 42-yard touchdown to a guy that was paving driveways 72 hours ago. It's boss shit. So maybe putting that pressure on Carson Wentz motivated him. Maybe bringing in Jalen Hurts and say, hey, Carson, we're going to switch some things up here. We're going to throw Jalen Hurts in here, run some wildcat. Maybe it pissed him off in the back of his mind. And he said, nah, bro, this is still my team. Jalen Hurts can't take my job. Maybe it motivated him. Maybe it worked. I don't know. Carson was a little bit fired up in this game. He lined up at wide receiver at one point, which I'll never understand, by the way. And they did run a Carson handoff to Hurts, who's going to turn and throw it back to Carson. Like, Doug Peterson's just getting way out of his element, trying to do all these trick plays. And I knew it would happen when they drafted Jalen Hurts. But Carson Wentz got a little bit fired up when he was lined up at wide receiver. Gets into a little shoving match with a corner and pushes him. That's what I'm talking about, Carson. I need that from you. I need that fire from you. That's what we need. If Doug Peterson running trick plays to Jalen Hurts is what brought that fire out of Carson Wentz, then so be it. Is Carson Wentz back? I mean, I saw him running the ball. I saw him stiff-arm a defender and complete a throw on the run off his back foot. A lot of 2017-ish Carson Wentz happened in this game. Makes me feel really good. Makes me all warm inside. Getting outside the pocket, calling his own audibles. I'm liking it. I wish we had the talent around him that we had in 2017, but we don't. But I like what I saw in the second half from Carson Wentz. So the Eagles are 1-2-1 in the lead of the division. And my verdict is, like, look, man, the Cowboys are 1-3 because their defense stinks. Dak Prescott stinks. Drives down, almost wins the game, and throws an interception near the goal line. Washington's 1-3. I thought Washington would be a little bit better than they are after what they looked like against us week 1, but that turns out that's just because we suck really bad. So the Washington's only victory still is against us, and the Giants are 0-4. My final verdict, and the thing I want to say last, is don't get it twisted. This is not a good team. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't go throw a parade and run down the street because we beat the 49ers with their third-string quarterback. Don't do that. This is not a good team. We have no wide receivers. We have no linebackers. Doug Peterson doesn't know how to use Miles Sanders enough. But it's just the offensive line is so injured. We got two guys who never even started before playing. There's so many things wrong with this team. It's a dumpster fire. But we pulled out a victory, and it was fun to watch. I like to see it, and I like to see Carson Wentz come out of his shell a little bit. But nothing's going to happen with this team if we don't change a lot around Carson Wentz. Nothing's going to happen with this team. And you're just wasting years of Carson Wentz's career by making him throw to Greg Ward Jr. and John Hightower and Fulgham. You just are. It's reality. They're going to go probably 3-13, 3-12-1, and Howie Roseman's going to get fired. It has to happen. It absolutely has to happen. We play the 3-0 Steelers next. Don't hold your breath on this one. The Steelers are looking good. A lot of good offensive weapons. As always, they always have offensive weapons. The Eagles never have offensive weapons. Steelers always have offensive weapons. Defense is looking angry and mean. They're probably going to eat our offensive line for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Greg Ward and these guys probably aren't going to get a lot of separation down the field. Carson Wentz is going to be running for his life again. Maybe Doug Peterson can figure out how to use Miles Sanders correctly. But don't hold your breath. This team stinks at the end of the day. Thank you guys for watching the Run It Back podcast. My name is DJ Eastwood. This is the home of the most brutally honest Philly sports takes on YouTube. Some people don't like it, but it's because some people don't like the truth. Hit the like button if you like the truth. Hit the dislike button if you like lying to yourself. Let me know what you think about this game in the comments. My name is DJ Eastwood. Oh, wait. We got to read some tweets. I almost forgot. We got to read some tweets. Twitter.com. Come on, Internet. Let's fire it up. All right, we're going to search hashtag Run It Back because I told you guys to tweet me with the hashtag Run It Back and give me your thoughts and opinions on the Eagles game. So we're going to read some tweets here. Let's check it out. Goals and highlights from a win. Maybe Run It Back wasn't a good hashtag. There's too many. There's too many out here. We got Chiefs fan tweeting Run It Back. We got soccer fans tweeting Run It Back. Yep. Yeah, I messed up. I messed up with the Run It Back hashtag. It's not specific enough. There's way too many other teams and other sports using the hashtag Run It Back, which I didn't really think about. So if you tweeted me, I can't see it because there's literally 100,000 Run It Back. So next time I got to use hashtag Run It Back podcast or hashtag Run It Back Philadelphia Eagles or something like that to specify. So thank you guys for watching. My name is DJ Eastwood. You guys have a great day.